Welcome, listeners. This week on Just Neapolitan, we talk about video games. I'm joined by Eddie and Maggie, and I'm your resident Bodie McBoatface, Bryan.
Ohio.
Hooah!
Bodie McBoatface. Yeah.
And so we're trying a new thing this week. I don't know what I'm calling it, but we're bringing some of the chaos back. If you were a fish, what kind of fish would you be? Go, Eddie.
I would have to be a garfish. Ugly, but reasonably deadly.
Ooh, nice. Maggie.
Oh, probably a goldfish. But probably one of those ones that has either the big brain or the big googly eyes.
Why not both?
Volcano los dos. I mean, honestly, why couldn't I be both? That would be a real ugly motherfucker, but I feel like it does kind of encompass who I am.
Big
Small brain. No, well, little
okay.
brain.
I was thinking big brain, little attention span.
Yeah, okay. You know what? Yeah. You're right. That's 100%
And I
correct.
would be a beta fish. No explanation required.
Not beta. That's very beta of you.
Well, duh. How's everyone's week been?
Good. I mean, well,
Well,
well, it's been better. But
yeah.
okay, so I would say plot twist, but it's not a plot. There's no plot and there's no twist.
Yeah.
I got COVID last week, and it's still wreaking havoc on my body. So, but they gave me a bunch of time to try to play other games, or just play games in general. I opened up Tears of the Kingdom for the first time in probably like a month. I played it for maybe 10 minutes, and I said, and I just sat there and I said,
So, haven't finished Persona 3 yet, is what you're saying.
Yes, I have not done that. Because a lot of the times I've been stuck at home for many, many days now, pretty much. And I go for walks and whatnot, but that's pretty much it. And whenever I'm at home, I'm I feel like I should be doing something else. You know what I mean? Somehow I've gotten into my head. I have the mentality now of this is wasting my time. I should be doing something else. And I'm but all I have is time right now. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be testing positive. So I have the time to do these things, but also I have an internship and schoolwork and stuff like that now. So I think my brain is just in that mode where I'm you shouldn't be playing games. You should be working on this. But then instead of working on anything, I just take a nap. I just lay down instead and don't do any of it.
Sounds like you're doing all right.
You're also sick, though.
I know, but I feel fine right now. For the first 3 days, I was pretty much bedridden, but now I feel a lot better. But I played a little bit of Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, I just traveled outside of the city limits so that I could pick up a game, a retro game that someone was selling on the outskirts of town, which is called Dream Life, which is a plug-and-play game from the early 2000s, where you just are a teenager going to school and having a job, because that's what my dream life would be. Would that be your dream life? As you know,
No, that was my real life.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
need that. I don't need to go back to those times. Thank you.
It's a plug-and-play game from the early 2000s. It's great. It plays exactly like I remember it, so it's clunky and all of this stuff, but it was really fun, and it was very nostalgic. So I was playing that, and then I also bought from the same person another plug-and-play game where you're a fashion designer, and that is also incredibly clunky, and the little controller is absolutely annoying when you have fake press-on nails on because you can't press any of the buttons correctly. But it's been really fun. That had my attention for a good couple of hours, and I was playing that, and it felt very nostalgic, and I've been on a big nostalgia kick lately, so that was really fun.
My week has been pretty much work, but I'm on vacation now, so
Vacation.
yeah. Staycation.
Ah.
Staying my ass
Still
in
a
the seat
vacation.
at home. But you know, I've been enjoying myself.
I love that for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Not as noteworthy as yours, but you know.
Well, what have you been playing?
I have been playing NBA 2K24 Kobe Bryant Edition. That's
The Bryan edition.
Oh yeah!
Oh my god, that was
all
so loud.
I'm sorry.
Every
about
time
that.
you shoot it, do you just yell Kobe?
Actually, no.
And then do you say R.I.P.?
Yeah, see, I'm not a nostalgic person in things or life, so you know that
Couldn't be me.
Nah. You know, I don't want to lie. I wasn't the biggest Kobe fan in the world, but I have a admirable respect for the man. So you know, rest in peace to the GOAT of whatever he was goating at when he did his thing. But as far as I'm concerned, motherfuckers on the cover, I'd play it if it was Jesus Shuttlesworth on the corner. So it doesn't matter to me. I'm just being honest. But I've been enjoying the shit out of it. And, you know, it's brought back a real competitive fervor in my life that I was missing while playing everything else. And as we currently talk, all I'm thinking about right now is what type of moves I can pull off later on today.
Oh my god. Have you not played Starfield this week?
I dib-dabbed a little bit. You know, I went in there.
A dibble and a dabble.
Yeah, I went in there and
it's been
attacked
2K.
a few people for no reason. Shot down a ship or two, you know, boarded some people, shot them up, and then, you know, I promptly went back to shooting jump shots off my left foot. That's about all for me.
Yeah. I've been playing Starfield.
Have you now?
Oh, that's
I've been playing
crazy.
nothing but Starfield.
That's wild.
I have over 50 hours in Starfield.
And how long has it been out today?
I did not get it early.
And how long has it been out starting today?
Now, so, you know, it came out on the 6th, technically, but that was 12 a.m. GMT. So for this time zone, it's been out for 4 days and 3 hours now.
Okay.
Yeah, I have problem.
Me have slight problem.
Like, I'll wake up and I'll turn it on and while I'm having my coffee and just like, I'm going to play for a bit. And then next thing you know, it's like midnight and I'm like, I need to go to sleep now. And I wake up at 6 a.m. now for some reason.
Uh-huh.
And then I just do it again.
One more time.
So obviously I've been enjoying it. I'm slightly concerned though.
Why?
This is the most Bethesda-y game that they've ever Bethesda'd. Like if you've played a Bethesda game, you've played this. It's, you know, as far as like mechanically and like it's good. Like I don't want to say it's not. But what I'm concerned about is Bethesda's now going down that path that Ubisoft went down. Where Ubisoft had different titles, but they were all just the Ubisoft game.
Oh, the same thing.
It's all the same shit.
Got it.
And like you know, it only took me 48 hours in the game to like go, this could be a problem in the future.
Well, that's what. Okay, so I was going to ask about Starfield anyway because I haven't played it yet, and I know the three of you have been with Floyd, counting Floyd, have been playing it and stuff like that. And I was talking to one of my friends about it today because she plays Skyrim. Like that's one of her all-time favorite games. She has like over 500 hours or something in that game, and she got it like I don't know, a year or two ago. I have no idea, but anyway. I was talking to her about it, and she was like, "Oh, that's Skyrim in space, right?"
I mean, basically, yeah.
And I was like, "Well, that's what people are saying." So I wanted to get your take on it and see if that is a correct statement to make.
I'm not going to give away any plot or things that happen later in the game, but absolutely, yes, it is. And I'm just going to tell you, I love the game. It's like exploring planets is fun. I kind of, you know, there's the comparison to No Man's Sky, but exploring a planet in No Man's Sky is way different because like so much of the world you can just like, I'll take this now and I'll take that, and there's, you know, it's not so much about the gathering the resources. Like I spend more time like scanning stuff, and I'm like, don't need that, because inventory space is a lot more limited. But you like, there's times where in No Man's Sky it's like, oh, I need like 5,000 of this one material to make something.
Yep.
Like, you know, in this it's like, I'm like researching progress, upgrading weapons, so it's like, oh, I need like 7 or 8 or 10 of these, you know. So you don't need all that space, even though I
pick up everything.
I pick up everything.
I know you do.
Same.
I've gotten better about it because I've had to.
Yeah.
Like, I can't just put a ton of cargo on my ship because then it doesn't maneuver well.
Well, it was just... You go. No.
I was just going to say, and then how the fuck do I blow up all the pirates if I can't maneuver my ship
if you
properly?
can't move.
But what about destruction, Dad?
I mean, right?
It was just interesting because I watched I watched Floyd play it, and Floyd and Bryan had downloaded it or gotten it at the same time, like when it came out. And it was just so interesting to watch Floyd kind of speed through things. And he, obviously they were at the same hour mark at this point because the game had just come out. And I think they were both maybe like 3 or 4 hours into the game. And Floyd was like 4 planets ahead of Bryan. And I was like, honestly, I'm a Bryan in this situation. I'm here to like look at everything, pick up everything, talk to everyone, like that kind of thing. And Floyd was just like, like speed running through it. And I was like, you can stop and enjoy what's around you, you know? He was like, no, I'm here to play the game. And I said, it's still playing the game.
I mean, you know, I think the nice thing about the fact that there's all the different things to do is do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. It was just interesting to listen to how you guys were playing it so differently from the immediate get-go.
Oh yeah, I remember there was that part where I was like, "Oh hey, Venus," and Floyd's like, "You just got to Venus?
You just got to Venus?"
I'm like, I keep getting distracted. I land on a planet, and I'm like, "Ooh, what's that?"
Exactly.
Hey, there's a structure a kilometer that way. I'm going that way.
See, that's funny you guys say that because I've yet to go to Venus.
So you haven't even played like 2 hours of the
game. No. I have hours, but I've been on one long faction quest. It started off as one of those, hey, let me just try out this quest and see what goes on, and it just kept going, and it took me so far away from the main mission, and I realized, well, I guess I didn't have to do that fast anyways. And to this moment, I still haven't done it. And I'm proud of it. I hate when games make choices for me. Let me do what I want to do.
With a game like this, yeah. There's games that I'm like, no, like a linear plot is required.
Yeah.
Because I will say one of the things that sucks about, like, with this having all these different story elements is, like, some of the dialogue from my companions kind of doesn't make sense in some of, like, the main story missions, because I've gone and done other things and, like, had all these communications with them, but then, like, in the main story missions, because that's so set up, like, we're having conversations and they're basically acting like, oh, good job, oh, blah, blah, and like acting like it's like my second day on the job, and I'm like,
and you're like, no,
motherfucker, I took down a pirate syndicate yesterday, and I spent a month doing that.
Respect me.
Like, don't talk to me like I just got here. But, no, like, yeah, I mean, obviously, it's a Bethesda game. Like,
it's Bethesda.
It's just gonna be this. Do you like the Bethesda game? Well, it's more of that. And it's Bethesda in space.
Yeah.
You know, do you like sci-fi? Well, there's references to just about every fucking good sci-fi I've found thus far already. I used to hate making ships, and now I've been having fun making them.
Oh, really?
It took a minute to get used to, like, the shipbuilder. But, like, once you kind of, like, wrap your head around it, it's not that bad. It'd be way better on a mouse and keyboard for sure. but it's fine with a controller.
I definitely.
And also, yeah, well, I spent a lot of time and wasted a lot of money making stupid ships until I finally got one I like. And then I modified one that I bought, and now I'm looking at it and I'm like, I just want to build one from scratch. So I'm like, the next time I do it, I'm just going to buy the cheapest shit, delete everything, and then make what I want. But yeah, my ship right now, it's really fast. It's got all these different crew compartments in it. I only have 2 weapons on it, and I wreck shop because they are the 2 correct weapons to have on it.
See, we went about this so differently.
I mean,
I got a laser and cargo space.
And that's the point of the game.
Yeah, I definitely... but here's the thing, too. Okay, so getting into that. Because I know how I am, I wanted tons and tons of cargo space, right? I can't afford to do that because of the background I chose. I get jumped by bounty hunters every once in a while. And they were ramping up much quicker than I was ramping my ship up.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, I have to have a badass ship that can handle this, which kind of limited the cargo that I could put on it.
I see.
Yeah, because I have to make sure it stays maneuverable and powerful. And expensive. I dropped 170,000 credits on the ship, and then had to pay another 70,000 so I could retrofit it to do what I wanted it to do.
Good Lord!
I don't think I've made that.
How are you making that kind of money? That's what I'm saying.
That was after like 2 other ships I went through, and dropped a ton of money on those 2. Not as much. Well, and also one of them I stole from somebody, so that was easier. But the retrofitting on that was still like 50,000. And then you got to pay to register the ship. This is one that I kind of don't like. Like, piracy really doesn't pay. Because, like, I can steal a ship, but then I have to pay money to register it before I can sell it.
Mm-hmm.
And so then once you fucking fix it, and then register it, and then sell it, you've only made 1,000 credits. I can make 1,000 credits by going across town to pick something up for somebody on a random mission.
Money apparently doesn't hold the same value anymore.
I'm going to go out to this structure over here. It'll be full of fucking some assholes. I'll just kill them, steal all their gear, and make like 9,000.
Oh my
and
God.
A level.
And a level.
So yeah, so legitimately buying ships is the better way to do it.
What level are you, bro?
I just hit 29.
Oh. Oh.
He said, interesting. Not near that, but you know.
Yes, I've done quite a bit of the main mission. I've done partially a bunch of stuff for different faction quests. I just recently completely finished a faction quest. That was earlier today. I finished one of those off. I've been doing like just random missions. And then I even picked up some of those quests where they're like, completely survey this planet. That is a pain in the ass on some planets. You can gain like 3 levels just trying to do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll just get attacked by creatures and you get that and this. And then, of course, while you're doing it, because you're just running around scanning shit, if there's a structure with pirates in it, you're like, well, I'm going to fight because I just need to break up the monotony. Yeah.
I'm still thinking about if I wanted to download it or not, because I know it's on Game Pass.
Give it a try.
But I'm tempted to just download it to test it out, but I just don't think it's the game for me. It's fun to watch, but I'm also like, when I'm watching it, I'm not like, I want it. Like when I watch people play Baldur's Gate, I'm like, I need it. But when I watch people play Starfield, I'm like, this is fun. You know, they're having a good time. So I'm having a good time watching them.
I say give it, since it's free, I say give it a try.
Yeah. I mean, if I have Game Pass, why not test it out?
Right. I mean, hey, I tried Coffee Talk too.
I just downloaded that. I have not played it yet, but I just
Coffee
downloaded
Talk too. You don't draw a line at that one, but Starfield,
Well, Coffee Talk 2 is so much more of a Maggie game. Though.
Yeah. Thank you, Bryan. I was literally about to say, I was like, first of all, you can't compare those two games. They're not even in the same field. But I wanted to test it out because it looked cute.
Yeah.
And what do I play? Cute games. Like Phasmophobia.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cute.
Delightfully.
I want to finish my computer so we can play Phasmo again.
Yes, I want to play Phasmo so bad.
Do you want to hear my Starfield complaints?
Of course. Let's listen.
These are the ones I took notes on because I was like, I know I'll gush about the game because obviously I've been playing it, so I obviously enjoy it. But let's just be honest about some shit. Okay. The relationships that you have with your crew, I've gotten to the end, so like, spoiler alert, I got married. Which is something I would only ever do in a video game.
I was going to say, I was like, I'll never hear you say those words again.
So my problem with this is just like in every other Bethesda game. And in fact, this is a common problem with video games. It's basically your relationship with the side character. It's just another quest line. It's just an invisible quest line. And then once you get to the end of it, that's it. There's no more. It's like there's some flavor text that my partner says to me now and then.
But that's it.
But like, it's not like, you know, there's no like...
It doesn't really add anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, we're married and like the ceremony was done and that was it. Back to adventure. I'm like, we don't even like try to like have a honeymoon.
Nope.
Nothing. Like, you know, so like that was kind of disappointing. But what are you gonna do?
Well, it's like the only thing I can compare it to that a game that I've played is Stardew, right? When you marry someone and then they kind of just like hang out at your house and they like maybe give you food, maybe they water your crops. But, like, that's it. Like, and there's, like, there's a little bit of extra text that's cute or whatever, but, like, that's it. And you're like, well, you know, I spent all this time trying to romance this person or doing this side quest or doing whatever, and, like, this is it. It doesn't add anything really to the rest of my gameplay. It's like, I should be able to...
Almost like, why get married?
Do something. Yeah, almost.
Yeah, I think, like, with Stardew... I can kind of forgive it a little more, just because it's not done on the scale. So, like,
well, yeah, no. I'm just comparing it, like,
no, like... yeah, I get you. So, like, my thought was, they kept bragging about thousands of planets and they're all explorable, and I'm like, no one's gonna go to them all. Yeah, you could have done 500 planets,
and it would have been,
but fix some of this shit and made it more immersive, instead of giving me more.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, as much as I'm enjoying it, I've been to so many systems, and I'm like, I look and I'm like, no, there's 8 planets here, and some of these places have 6 moons. I don't know. I'm doing the mission, and I'm leaving this system. Fuck this place.
And I'm leaving.
I'm out. I'm not doing it. Although one of my favorite times was going on the moon.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been on other, you know, planets with lower gravity. It's fun to jump around, but like, I don't know, there's just something magical about being able to land on the moon. I'd really like to also like actually go back to the moon, and I want to see if they put the moon landing site in the game. And I'm not looking it up to find out. I just want to actually look myself and see.
So you said spoiler alert?
Well, don't tell me. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I literally just said I don't want to know. I want to find out myself.
So I instantly go, you say spoiler? And then you hear me go, okay. Don't randomly try to click the keyboard to show the exaggeration of you clicking the keyboard. Because things are on the screen.
You're going to mute yourself.
Exactly. Things are on the screen.
And we're going to run into this problem we had that 1 week.
All it took was one for me to go, oh, right. God.
You said, no.
Don't do that.
So I have this slight problem, like with the spacesuit thing, right?
What's that?
So, like, you know how you got to click the option so that it hides it when you're on colonies?
Uh-huh.
But I'm like, okay, but it doesn't, like, hide it on your ship. There's so many different interiors where like the person you're with isn't wearing their spacesuit, but you're still wearing yours, and I'm just like, there's no option where during dialogue to like not have the helmet on. I'm like, fucking Mass Effect had these goddamn options back in the day.
Well, like, I feel like
take the helmet off during dialogue at the very least.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like we've come so far with video games, and it's the little things that can be annoying. Where it's like, why can't I just, or why didn't my character take off their helmet before this cutscene? Like, I didn't even have to do it. It's like they're docked or they're just like on whatever planet or whatever. Why would I still be wearing my helmet inside? Right. So it's just like those things.
Well, and like even when you have the option to hide it, since you're still wearing it, I'll literally be walking through a colony, and every once in a while, a security guard will be like, you don't have to wear your helmet in here.
I love that the game is literally like...
Well, but I'm like, what? Am I going to go to my inventory every fucking time I land and manually unequip my helmet and then forget that I unequipped it until I walk outside and it's like, you're strangling to death, there's no air out here, put a helmet on. And I'm like, fuck, you're right.
It hurts to breathe.
Yeah. That it's just minor thing, but I'm like, come on, that's there should have, and that's I kind of have a bit of a problem with that like the menu items are not very menu items. No, yeah, I think options the word I was looking for. Words are hard. They're just not that robust. Like I had already mentioned last week that because it's Bethesda and they're terrible at accessibility options, but fuck even accessibility options. There's not enough options.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was going and I was like, oh, let me look at display options. And I'm like, what? Cool. I can change the brightness? How do you do that on my TV?
Yeah. I know. And I think you talked about it a couple episodes ago or maybe it was the last episode or something like that, but just like about accessibility in general in video games. And it's just like, again, we've come so far and we have the technology to do these things. Why not put it in every single video game? Except accessibility features or just features like that.
Because we had to make sure we had 1,000 planets.
Yeah. We're thinking big picture here.
Because 800 planets doesn't sound good in a marketing blurb.
No.
But and also, over 1,000 sounds fantastic.
Forget people who are possibly blind or just hard of like hearing or seeing or anything like that, or just needs any sort of other accessibility feature with using their controller or anything. No. What if they can travel to all these planets, but they will never see a third of the planets?
There's a secret somewhere.
There's a secret somewhere.
Yeah. So, that's the whole thing. The main storyline, I am quite interested in seeing how it'll play out. So, I will say that. But also, once again, Bethesda's so good at the people stand static and talk at you.
Bethesda is Bethesda.
They have... The facial expressions are much better now. I will give them that. And the heads will kind of do little head bobs. But, boy, no one's using any type of body language, though.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. I was watching Floyd play it, and the main girl that follows you, I think she has like a short... Sarah, I think her name is.
Yes.
She was just standing and talking to Floyd, and I was like, why is she not blinking? It's like, why is she literally not moving at all? She's just kind of standing there. And Floyd was like, I don't know. And I was like, this is a new game, correct? Like there is the capability to make, like, what is it called? Is it mocap? When they do what is it called when they put the stuff on the actor's body? Yeah. So it like moves with the game. They couldn't do that.
Well, I mean, they definitely mocapped actors' faces. Like, there's no way that... So, but I'm like, one of those things, like, with humans, and, like, we don't think about it until you see it not happening, this is the whole Uncanny Valley thing. Mm-hmm. It's all the little things you don't notice. Humans are extremely expressive because it's not just the words you're speaking. Tone of voice is also very important, but so is your body language. It adds flavor to what you're saying, and it helps you define things. You know, my body language and tone are a complete difference between me calling a friend of mine a piece of shit, you know, and knowing that it's like out of love and joke, and just calling someone on the street a piece of shit because I'm mad at him. You know, the body language is different. The tone is different. Same words. But yeah, like, and it's especially noticeable when the one who moves the most, one of the people you meet, Barrett, who actually moves his shoulders a little bit, and you can see his arms moving a little bit off frame, but like they never like really come into it, which just makes it even more stark when you then go talk to the next person who's just standing stock still and tilts their head every once in a while, and I'm like, you're a robot.
Yeah, you're not a real person.
Yeah.
You're a robot.
And then also they're still constantly running into that thing where the mouth is a black hole.
I love that one.
That sounds horrifying.
It's so I heard this as a report, and I don't remember where I read it, so take it with a grain of salt. Is that the original reason that was done is when, you know, the graphics weren't as good and neither was all the modeling techniques. And they attempted to, you know, make like coloration in the mouth correct to like how a human mouth is, which is like, you know, red and shades of reds and pinks and what have you. And it just looked like they had a mouthful of blood.
Oh.
And so that's why originally, and you're talking, this is probably 20 years ago at this point now, they just went, no, just make it
he said,
a black void.
Yeah.
But with graphics at the time, it was totally fine.
Yeah.
You know? Graphics, I mean, okay, and this is it. The fucking eyes in this game are gorgeous.
Yes.
Don't tell me you couldn't fucking actually model the inside of a mouth to look fucking good.
Yeah, like a mouth?
Yeah. And it's super noticeable if someone does like one of those like slightly open teeth smiles.
It's horrifying.
It's creepy as shit.
You're like, oh my god, stop smiling. Stop smiling.
I'm like, the void, it has begun to stare back at me.
Yeah.
I repent.
It's so funny.
Oh, and also I had my my favorite fucking bug ever. I got done with this super serious scene, right, when me and my partner decided in this like really like romantic kind of moment, and we decided we were going to get married. And I'm going to walk away. And as I'm walking away, like just out the corner of the screen, this guy who's sitting at a table just launches like 300 feet in the air. And I just stop, pan the camera up, and he just comes careening back down to earth, dead on impact.
Oh my god.
Just out of nowhere, just one guy. I did record it, so it's on my Xbox.
Oh my god, you're gonna have to show me the next time I'm over there because I want to see.
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
I hope the recording was long enough that you kind of get the end of like the romantic scene, because that was the juxtaposition of it was so fucking hilarious. Like I fucking lost it, and then of course I just walked over and looted his corpse.
Of course,
I mean,
as one does.
Ask that, but I didn't want to be rude.
This is gearing towards a different topic a little bit, but you were talking about looting. My two closest friends, they just got married, and one of the wedding gifts that they got was a PS5. So Jesus. I was talking to them, and I was hanging out with them not too long ago, and they had just bought Red Dead Redemption 2. And both of them were like, we've never played this game. Is it any good? And I was like, I really enjoy this game. You know, I've played it like 2 times over and it's really fun. But they had never played a game like it. And I was over there and I was trying to teach them how to do the controls and like mess around with them. And I was like, yeah, but all I really care about in this game is looting. I was like, that's the main part really, is that you kill someone and you loot. And there was a big scene, like one of the tutorial scenes where you have to like kill a bunch of people. And my friend was looting all the bodies, and Dutch, one of the other main characters in the game, is like, Arthur, we have to go. And she was like, shut the fuck up, I'm looting. She was just like sitting there and she was like, I am here for one thing and one thing only. And that is to loot every single fucking body in this place.
That's my type of going on.
He just kept yelling at her. He was like, we have to go. And she was like, we are not leaving until I have everything.
This guy could have horse medicine.
No, literally, horse tonic.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Or there's one called like horse stimulant. I don't need to know what that is, but it she
The
was
shit
just
that
like,
they shoot racehorses up with.
oh God. But I told her, I was like, okay, well, sometimes you're going to be looting bodies in the game and you can't loot all of them because it's like a timed thing. Like the police are going to show up. And she's like, I'll be fine. I said, okay.
You're gonna find out.
Yeah. It was a real fuck
That's
around and
just-
find out moment.
That's just more loot. That's an
More people.
When the marshals start to show up, that's just like an endless train of loot.
They
Now
just
I'm
never
like,
stop showing up.
He said,
I'm
oh,
like,
look, you brought my
cool.
loot to me.
Your
You
guns
brought-
are better than mine.
You brought more
Not
loot to
anymore.
me. That was so kind of you. Aw. Aw.
Thank you.
Bringing
Thank
me
you
more
for the
loot.
Duly
Thank you for the 87 cents in your pocket. That's like $4 in
Don't
today's
forget about
money.
that tonic.
That's way more than $4 in today's money.
Well, she had gotten, I think she had gotten like $3 from something, and she was like, oh, that's like $100 in today's money, and I googled it, and it was like 75. She was like, I'm rich, and I was like, just wait, babes. It's like, you'll get a lot more money, don't worry.
Yeah, you got to get a bow and arrow and start selling them pelts.
That's what, yeah, the last time I saw her, right before I left, that's exactly what she was doing. Just getting a shit ton of pelts.
That's when I got sidetracked on that game.
Mm-hmm. I think that's exactly what's going to happen to her.
After that first like hunting mission, and I was like, oh, this is quite lucrative. And then, you just be like riding your horse, and all of a sudden you just hear, and you're like, ooh,
Yep.
rabbit. And you
And you're
stop.
like, oh, a bird. Meat for the for the camp.
Right?
Because you gotta feed the camp. Apparently all those people can do nothing while you're out having a good
that's
time.
again, that was another conversation she and I were having. I was like, okay, and so this is how you can donate to the camp, and you can donate food and pelt and money and blah blah. And she was like, okay, well, is anyone else doing it? And I was like, well, technically, yeah, but also not really. And she like left to go do something, and she came back, and there was like $3 more in the pot or something for camp. And she was like, oh good, people are finally starting to pull their weight around here.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's always the fun one. Like, oh, I'll put $100 in here.
Yeah.
You come back, it's like 87 cents. Like,
You're like, wow, thank you so much.
what the fuck are all the rest of you doing? This is why this gang sucks.
Yeah, no, literally.
Like,
So
I just
funny.
went and fucked around for an hour, and we've got enough money that we don't have to work again ever.
Yeah, in today's standards, we're good. And the whole thing with that game, right, is that they're trying to get back to Blackwater to like get their money back and stuff. I'm like, y'all, we don't need to go back there. We are perfectly fine now. We would
We're
never
okay
ever go
now.
back there again.
We're fur trappers now.
Yeah,
Done.
we're fur trappers now.
We have real jobs.
Like, yeah, exactly. It's legal and we make more. Why would we go do the rest of this shit?
And then you end up having to kill some of your people and all this stuff. I'm like, we could have just been fur trappers all this time. We didn't need to do any of this.
Right? And then retroactively, like, the original game would then like disappear from everyone's hard drive because nothing bad happened.
Ever.
We fixed the timeline. I mean, well, no, it's an old enough game, but spoiler alert, I guess. You wouldn't get tuberculosis and die.
You wouldn't get tuberculosis and die. John wouldn't have to run away for like the 4th time or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, but I guess the first game would still happen because John seems like the type of person anyway to just like get up and leave and be like, I'm going to go make a name for myself.
Yeah, man, I
After
tell you
we
what,
saved him.
the second game really makes you hate him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, the first game, he's like the victim and getting revenge, and then you play the second game and you're like, you
now wait a
fucker.
minute. He said, "Now wait a minute.
You're the problem.
I was supposed to feel bad for you."
Oh man. So I hate smart TVs.
Mm-hmm.
And I hated them forever anyway, but I mean, you got to get what you got to get. You can't, like, there's a certain size TV that if you want up to this size, they're now smart TVs now.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going somewhere, I promise.
I trust you.
So I woke up one day, turned the TV on, and it was on the actual TV channel, which was weird to me because I never put it on that. And there was a little message in the corner that said the software had updated. And I was like, why? It's like a 3-year-old TV. Why are you updating the software? So the software update is now every time I turn the TV on, it's on the TV part because they want me to use their Samsung Plus TV. And I'm like, fuck off and die.
Please.
Although there's always a movie playing, and if I cared about movies, it would probably catch me one day, but
yeah.
I turn it on and I'm like, oh, look, a movie. And now I gotta hit buttons to go over to the Xbox. Fuck you.
They knew it would bother you.
Well, it seems like a smart TV update for boomers. We've been getting a lot of complaints that people don't know how to get the TV on the TV.
Honestly, yeah, that absolutely sounds like a boomer thing.
As somebody who worked at Comcast, doesn't shock me.
I mean, you work in a restaurant now. Nothing should surprise you anymore.
Yeah, I feel like you've worked a lot of different jobs, Eddie. Every time I hear about your life, it's suddenly
Maggie,
you've done so many things.
I am a well-rounded working individual. That's
you really are.
I am. But you know what? Not to make this about me, I prefer it that way. I'm not going to lie to you. I like the shock factor I get when I go on interviews. Except for the smart ones who go, so why the fuck are you working here? And I'm like, hey,
yeah.
whoa. A job's a job. If my resume does not show you that, I'll go anywhere and do anything at a medium to semi-high level.
You're like, I'm trying to add to my resume. That's why I'm going for this completely different job than what I was doing the last time.
Yeah, because right now it looks like I'm a counseling chef.
A counseling chef. It does look like that.
It does.
So, a manager.
Yeah.
Damn!
A restaurant manager.
Could you?
Oh my god, that just reminded me of a mission I had to do in Starfield today.
Oh my god. Full circle, full circle.
It just brought bad memories back.
Uh-oh.
It's like, you're supposed to help with Starship R&D, and it's run by the worst manager. It's like, it's one of those managers that it's like, oh, I want everyone to have a say in it, and I'm like, you're in charge. You need to make decisions. No wonder I was sent here to make decisions.
Clearly.
And it annoyed me because, like, and then you're at a meeting, and I'm like, I've been at this meeting. I've worked with this manager before. I've worked with these other, like, higher up heads that, like, are so stuck up their own fucking ass and think they're the best. Oh, it PTSD'd the fuck out of me.
That is so funny, honestly.
So in other words, it was written very well.
Yeah. You're like, if I'm having this visceral reaction to it, they're doing their job.
Yeah.
Trigger warning.
Trigger warning.
For real, though. I don't think that one's going to
if
trigger a lot of people.
If you work in restaurants, this game might not be for you.
No, I feel like everyone's had to deal with situations like that. If anyone's been in any management situation, they've probably been in a meeting, and they can pick out all the people that are in the game and be like, oh yeah, I've worked with that person. Oh yeah, I've definitely been in a meeting with that person. And the voice acting is fucking top notch. And I like that they apparently got people from like all over the world. There's so many different accents in the game, and they don't sound like someone putting an accent on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They very much sound like a native speaker that just has, their accents. So
Mm-hmm.
that was also
Well,
cool.
that's good, yeah.
Hey, and you can pick your pronouns.
I did see that because I did read an article about how so many people were deleting the game off of their systems.
Good, fuck 'em.
Because they were upset that you could use they, them pronouns. And if that's not the smallest dick energy I've ever heard in my whole life, I don't know what else is.
Oh, I've got some even smaller dick energy for you. This is micro dick level. The voice actor who plays one of the characters in the game started getting a bunch of hate comments because his character is gay.
Oh my god.
Although his character is actually not gay, he's like almost everyone in the game just seems to be pan. Like
Well,
they
that's
just
what I think
it
a
just
lot
seems
of
like
video
nobody
games-
gives a shit.
Yeah, a lot
Which
of
is how
games
it-
now do that because people
Yeah.
are like, I just want to romance whoever the fuck I want to romance. And that's how it just should be.
You know,
So,
I mean, in life too.
exactly.
it's funny because me and Floyd had a conversation the other day about sexual fluidity, and I feel like the world, as we keep progressing, eventually nobody's going to give a fuck, and I'll be so happy when we get to that fucking point where it's just like, hey, nice dick, fuck you, I know.
Well, but like that's why I also think it's so perfect for Starfield because that's where humanity should be at this point.
Yeah.
We've conquered the stars. Got all this
Okay, go be with whoever you want.
Yeah.
No,
I hear you, but I'm not ready for it personally. I'd rather die.
what?
See, here's okay. Hear me out.
No,
Hear
wait
me
a
out.
minute.
Hear me out. If we could go around and be at the place where we're just talking about where we're at right now, I think I would be the most disturbing individual. I'm talking about. I already think I'm disturbing. I think at that point I lose my mind. I think I need some of this backwards morality we have before we go there.
No. No.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Let me keep it. Let me just keep it for a little bit.
I'm so tired of you, Eddie.
No.
Let me hold on to it like racism. Come on.
No. Oh my god. But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, why? It's a voice actor. It's not like and even if the voice actor is gay, I don't know this voice actor, but it's like, it's not about him. It's about the character. And you're sending all this hate to this person who is not the character. He is not that person. It's just so dumb it's like, I just don't understand how people's brains process like that, where it's like, I'll watch a TV show, right, with an actor that I love, but they're playing an absolute shit character. I hate the character. I hate what they stand for and what they do, blah, blah. I don't hate the actor because that's not the actor. I understand that this is a character they're playing. And it's the same with video games. So the fact that people are like, fuck you for being gay, it's like, I'm not.
No, it's not even that. It's more micro dick than that. Because, you know where this is going. Because now this guy's a member of the woke mob that's pushing homosexuality on our children. Like, I don't know. I didn't read into it too much, but like the comments that were being talked about, it wasn't that they were saying he was gay because of it. It's that they were mad that he portrayed a character.
That was pushing this. And like kids are going to play this
agenda.
game.
Yeah,
so
Although
so
reading that, I did
dumb.
come across a new term because I was getting angry for a long time that we kept calling assholes online trolls, and I'm like, that's not a troll.
Yeah.
And
no,
so the new
that's
term
just
I heard is orcs.
orcs. Okay.
And I'm like, yes,
Ah.
orcs. They think they're trolls, but they're just dickheads.
But they're even worse. I have not played a like a shooter in a long time, and again, my friends who just got their PS5, my friend Greg had just downloaded Battlefield 2042 or something like that because he was like, oh, in high school I played a bunch of shooters, whatever, so he bought it. And it's just so funny that like games like that in that specific realm obviously have progressed in terms of graphics and like somewhat the gameplay and stuff like that. But the people who fucking play it have never changed. Like the chat box kept popping up and it was like, you fucking troll, cringy ass bitch, blah, blah, like whatever. And I was like, do people really still talk like that in these games? They do, and they'll never stop. But it was just one of those things where I was like, I haven't seen something like this since I was in high school and I was playing like Call of Duty or something like that. and to see it exactly the same, like 12 years later, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. And I had been like having a couple drinks and stuff like that, so it made it that much funnier that I was like, can I type back? And he was like, I don't know how this works. We just got this. He was like,
I'm sorry, ma'am. Maggie, when you come over again, I will gladly show you my Xbox messages from just the last 2 days.
Please.
Yeah, I'm playing a shooter, a basketball shooter. I have been cursed out.
Funny.
Good. No.
Oh my God.
You're right. I've been cursed out by children who wouldn't even look me in my fucking eye if I was talking to them.
Yeah.
It's the same energy that guy talking shit while he walks backwards away from you on the train.
God.
Yeah, time is a flat circle.
It really is. It's just so funny. It's not.
Yeah, just like Earth.
It is funny. Oh my God, Eddie.
Yeah, start that shit up.
Oh, it's like.
I think I was just gonna say. I think you're forgetting that Floyd's not here.
You don't have someone to be like, yeah, like hype you up.
You know what? I miss my friend.
I miss my friend.
I'm gonna tell him you said that.
Yeah.
You know what? I told him today I loved him twice, so he might be expecting it.
Wow.
Yep. I'm trying to work on being nicer to Floyd. I don't know why, but I'm.
We'll see how long this lasts.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll remember that.
Some days he doesn't deserve it. He'll just come around the corner. I'll be like, "You fucking stupid trick," and he'll be like, "What the?" And he'll walk away looking all defeated the only way he can because it's bullshit. But I'll be like, he didn't deserve that. He just got off work, and I just cursed him out.
and I just felt like being mean. I'm gonna hold you to that. The next time we're on an episode together, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, how's that going for you?"
What, being nice to Floyd?
Yeah.
Hold me to it.
I will. I will.
Hold me to it.
Challenge accepted.
I used to be a really nice guy until I met him. I'm telling you.
I feel like we all were really nice guys before meeting Floyd.
No, I used to be a terrible person.
No, Bryan, I actually heard a lot about you before I ever met you. It's like, I love this guy.
Not bad, I hope.
No.
No.
No, I take it upon myself to play the big bad wolf in my friendship group, so, if I even assumed you were a bad person, you would have felt my energy. I can't hide that type of shit. That's not who I am at the end of the day.
Well, big bad wolf, you ain't gonna get me. I made my house out of bricks.
First off, baby,
I definitely.
My house is made out of chocolate.
Straw.
Now what?
What's up?
My house is made out of chocolate. Now what?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I didn't hear it.
You said,
oh, you hear the chocolate part.
Chocolate.
Yeah.
I have
some time for some news.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Can I go first? Please?
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't know any. I'm always happy when other people have news.
All right. Tomorrow.
Oh, God.
At 3:00 Chicago time. Are we central?
We're central time.
Okay,
yes.
I didn't want to say it all confidently and then get pegged the fuck out of knocked down a peg. Excuse me.
Yeah. I mean, you can still get pegged if you want. It's okay.
That's on
This
you,
is a no judgment zone.
More cowbell.
Well, no, there's a lot of judgment, but not for that.
Tomorrow, 3:05 p.m. Central Standard Time. The orange and blue Chicago Bears will take the field for their first official game of the season. And I cannot personally wait. And they will be going against the Green Bay Packers of Wisconsin.
Oh, wow.
And I am looking forward to a new era with new quarterbacks for both sides. And it's going to be a...
I'm sorry, continue.
I hope Little Sweet from the Dr. Pepper commercial comes and visits you.
My God.
No, can I get that Berry Boy kid from the
Berries
Starburst
and
commercials?
cream, berries
Yeah,
and
that's
cream.
You lit liquor.
Oh, that's my favorite.
First of all, me and Floyd were making jokes about gum for like a year after that. I don't know when it stopped.
Who you calling a cootie queen? You lit liquor.
I was like, man, they're taking these commercials far these days.
Okay,
I
well,
don't even know that commercial.
I
But
have
okay, sports
I have-
ball.
I have actual like gaming news.
Technically, that was a game.
Well, okay, video game news.
There you go.
In terms of cozy gaming, this game called Fae Farm just came out, I think yesterday or the day before, and it's your typical farming fairy type game. There's fishing, the whole 9 yards when it comes to a cozy game. And it has been like the most anticipated cozy game of the year. And it came out, and a lot of people are big fans of it. It plays exactly like any other cozy farming simulator. But it came out on PC, and it came out on the Switch. I don't know if it's on other consoles. I'm assuming it is, but I don't know off the top of my head. People are complaining because it came out on the Switch, and the graphics are fucking atrocious. They are so bad that people are buying it on the Switch and the computer to compare, and the computer graphics are insane, which, yes, makes sense. The Switch obviously is the Switch. But it is just like night and day the way that the game looks, and a lot of people are complaining about the story progression and stuff like that in the game. So it's not doing as hot as it thought it was going to be doing for being the most anticipated cozy game of the year, but I think I am still going to give it a try. I think I'm just going to get it on PC and see how it goes, and I will come back the next time I'm on an episode with an update for it.
And hopefully I finished Persona 3.
Well, we can only hope. We can only pray at that point.
I do hope. I don't even remember all the stuff I wanted to talk to you about anymore.
I think I have like 10 more hours in that game.
Jesus.
Well, because I'm in that the game ends in what, February or something? I think I'm in December. So we're
No comment.
making our way downtown, walking fast.
All right, so my big news is one that I forgot to mention last week, because we were having kind of a downer episode, and so I switched up the order I was going to tell the news in, and so I missed this one. So Volition, a 30-year-old gaming studio, was officially shut down.
No.
Volition started as Parallax Software in 1993, and their first game was Descent.
My goodness.
Yeah, Volition is best known for the Saints Row series.
Oh, okay.
And they also did Red Faction. They did so many influential games in the 30 years that they were allowed to run. But the reason they got shut down is because they were bought whenever ago by Embracer Group, which is just a conglomerate that buys companies. And last year they had a $2 billion deal fall through. So, of course, now they have to make cuts because, they didn't get the money. So now they have to get the money. Because, yeah. So, very sad. More industry vets losing their jobs.
That is sad.
And indie games are still the best.
I'm just looking it up now because I was trying to see what else Volition had done, if I had known anything else. Did you know that it was founded in Champaign, Illinois? So close to home.
I did not know that. So sad.
So sad.
And then this news was this one happened a few weeks ago too, but this just came out because the report just came out these past few days. So Toyota had 14 of their plants shut down for 2 days because during maintenance they got an out-of-memory error.
I'm sorry, what?
They were doing maintenance on the computers that run their plants, and they received an out-of-memory error.
That is so fucking funny.
It shut 14 plants down for 2 days.
Holy shit.
Because the backup systems also had an out-of-memory error.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
So remember, folks, get rid of all those files from your past updates. Because, I mean, it'll shut down your multi-billion-dollar company.
Oh my god. That's so funny.
Yeah, that would, like, once again, that's not gaming news, but I just read it and I was like, it just blew my mind enough. I wanted to share it.
That's literally hilarious.
But yeah, football's back.
Football.
Hockey's coming soon.
Hockey.
Oh yeah, Eddie, we can go see a hockey game this year. Rocky Wirtz died.
Okay.
He did. He died earlier this year during the summer, and I was like, oh, we can go back and watch a game now.
He said, finally. I would love to go to a hockey game with you guys. I've never been to one. That's a lie. I just lied. That was a big lie.
Why you gotta lie?
I just remembered I went to one in Colorado.
Yeah, I like hockey.
I know you like hockey.
All right. Anybody got anything else this week?
No, that's it. That's it for me.
Eddie, did you mute yourself again?
Oh dear God.
I was like, wow, he's being really quiet.
So no, I'm gonna reiterate this point once again, and you guys just ignore my enthusiasm. Oh my God, hockey day, it's gonna be great. And then somehow Maggie goes, I think a hockey day will be great. It's so crazy. You said it. So I can't wait till Bryan gets a chance to fucking do the audio for this. Because he's going to be like, that's crazy. She fucking said, I'm literally screaming, hockey day, hockey day. I'm like, I'm being so fucking annoying. They're just not saying anything. You guys didn't hear me. I was having a coughing attack, so I muted myself and thought I thought I was so good. I just unmuted it. But it's not that I didn't. This button is really finicky. It's like, you gotta make sure, you gotta look at the light.
That is
bullshit.
so funny.
I am so upset right now. Energetically upset right now.
It's even better that I mentioned it earlier.
Oh my God.
I didn't want to cough on the fucking...
No, I mean, I get you. I get it. That's fucking hilarious, though.
That's going to be so fun editing.
Oh, man, you know what? We almost forgot. Borderlands 3 sucks.
Yeah, I literally, the second you said it, I was like, oh, Borderlands 3 sucks. Oh, again, real quickly, before we end this episode, my friends who bought the PS5, my friend Greg was like, oh, I think I'm going to get Borderlands 3. And immediately I went, no!
No!
I said, no! And he was like, oh, is it bad? And I was like, listen, I've never played it, but everybody else has, and they hated it. So don't get it.
Get 2 and get all the DLC. It's
Well, that's
cheaper
what
and
he
you'll
was like-
enjoy it a lot more.
He was like, oh, I've played the second one. It's really good. And I was like, yeah, so you should get it. He's like, but isn't it old? I was like, yeah, but all these fuckers still play it. So, like,
Yeah.
if you have anyone that you want to play with, they'll play with you. So,
I mean, one of the things about how they did the art style is that art style is going to hold up.
oh, yeah, for sure.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to, like, look bad because
Yeah.
it's stylized in a way like that. It's like, just like, you can go back and play an old Mario game and do too.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, just because of how they stylized it. I mean, the NES ones are a little rough, but the NES was rough.
Wolf.
All right. We love y'all.
Love you.